sea, let's go!
But Hot Rod and Cup are still outside the sea.
What's up, you guys? ToyShiz here, and I got a really cool, fresh look for you today. We are totally going to be checking out the brand new Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Wave 3 Springer. This guy has always been one of my favorites from the movie, we'll say. Not one of my favorite Transformers, but being that we had to do and work with what we got with the Transformers movie, Springer was always a very, very cool dude. Voyager class, of course, so he's going to line up more with your Starscream, Soundwave, Optimus Prime, Megatron. We'll take a look at all the size comparisons. I love that they are really taking that into account for us with this particular line of Transformers. I love the paint deco. I love the old school callbacks to G1. I'm having an absolute blast with these. This right here is what makes it. Gorgeous artwork on the side. Absolutely digging that. On the back, you see that good old Springer Alley. He's like a triple changer from bot to copter to car. You can put all the little mini cons or whatever they're calling them at this point. And on the bottom, here's the barcode for you to go ahead and grab. I'm very excited. Let's get him open. This is the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Autobot Springer. And here's good old Springer out of the packaging. And as you can see, it comes with the usual backdrop. You got an instruction booklet, which I very much appreciate because I have one heck of a time transforming these darn things. Couple weapons, couple guns. Absolutely love the color scheme that this figure has. I think one, he's very reminiscent of G1. I think he's very reminiscent of the movie. Overall, he's got a great Transformer color aesthetic to him, very popping, and he looks great in the packaging as well. As I said, the instruction booklet, very, very handy for me, especially since this guy is a triple changer. Here he is all up close, and I absolutely love that head portrait that he has going on. That's a great Transformers head. No other type of robot, anything else. It's clearly just Transformers. I very much appreciate that. Really nice Autobot symbol right on the chest. Yellow, orange, blue, little bit of that gunmetal scraping. Just, he looks great. Love the backside to him. He does have, I guess you could say, a bit of a backpack. This piece is removable right here. It's like his propellers when he gets into jet mode. I just went ahead and stuck that in there because I don't want to lose that, but it spins really well, and as I'll show you in a bit, you can put his propellers on as well. One thing he does, and this is actually a good thing, he has some really stiff joints, especially in the legs, but it's funny when you go to move them, the other pieces start to kind of pop off here and there, so just FYI. His feet are the only thing where I'm just a little bit like, they're a little bit loose, and they don't exactly let him stand really well. You're going to have just a little bit of some time to kind of have to pose him. It's off to me just because his feet don't really hook in properly right here where you'd think they would kind of snap in. They don't. It's a weird thing, but it is what it is. That's kind of a gripe that I'm having. He's a very hefty, heavy figure. I like that, especially in the midsection. There's some metal right here. Everything is plastic. I do like that this looks like die-cast metal, but it's not. It's plastic. It's just painted with that war fatigues kind of thing that they have going on. I really like the front plate. That's nice. Everything that has paint is nicely painted. There's no slop. There's no globs. Nothing like that. Some more paint right here on the back. Some of that battle damage. On the backside, not a lot going on. You can see all the different parts and pieces inside. Doesn't have really any closed end caps on them. It's just, there's the back parts, so nothing all that interesting. The party on the front, nothing on the back. Again, it's a heavy figure. I do appreciate that, especially with Transformers. They can be a little janky sometimes, to be quite honest. He comes with two blasters. They're just flat, blue, grayish kind of plastic, and they do fit together to form one blaster, or you can have two. I mean, they're different, but overall not a lot going on. They're just plastic guns. I really wish some gunmetal or something would have been painted across them just to give them some differentiating look. Not the best, but also not the worst. And I do like that they kind of connect. Same things with his blades, or you could say dual swords. Flat colored plastic. Nice sculpt, just like the guns. But again, not much happening. They're meant for holding, which he does nicely. You can put the sword in one hand, guns in the other, and he holds them very, very nicely, so no complaints there. In terms of articulation, his head can go every which way, so that's on a nice ball joint. He's got some articulation in the shoulders. You can kind of put him out a little bit just based on that one joint. Single jointed elbows. Nothing at the wrists really because you have this hindering part right here. He does swivel at the waist. Kicks out pretty far. That's good. Kicks out to the side. Kicks back. Let's see. Nope, that's not his knee. He's got single jointed knees, and I'm not going to say this is a rock and ankle thing, anything like that. It's just his feet move around, and it's actually more of a hindrance to me than it is something helpful. So being that he is a triple changer, let's get him from robot mode to car mode and then jet mode.
We now return to the Transformers.
And here he is in car mode, and I have to say, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if I'm looking at the directions wrong. Knowing me, I'm not the best at transforming these things. I usually like to keep them in robot mode. However, I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how to get this thing down. If it does on the box, it shows that this is completely flush. Everything worked out really nicely, and as you can see, it's a nice car mode. Everything fits together except for this part, and I just cannot seem to push it down correctly. Maybe mine is off. Maybe you're not supposed to push it down. I don't really know, but for the life of me, I cannot get this part to securely snug in with the rest of the front part, so this is completely flush. It looks like it should, no problemo, but as soon as I start moving stuff, these split apart again. So if you know, or if you want to help me out, that would be quite fantastic. Otherwise, I have to say from the front, I mean, overall, it looks like a really nice looking car transformer. You kind of affix all the guns and everything to that little propeller part, pop that in there, and you got like a Gatling gun, something like that, that sits atop. One thing I will say though is that his front wheels will roll, his back wheels are kind of off kilter because there's a lot of little parts and everything that are kind of throwing it off. So it's not exactly a rollable car in that sense, but it's still a really nice looking car mode.
We now return to the Transformers.
And here's Springer all in his helicopter vehicle mode, which is actually pretty interesting. And again, straight out of Transformers the movie. I think that I got it pretty much spot on. If anything, I'm having some problems here and there, mainly with this type of area right there. I think I have followed the instructions. The instructions are just a little bit confusing. If I'm not mistaken, I think these are actually supposed to be a little bit more form-fitting, but for the life of me, I cannot get it to go. And you know what? It's not that bad. And to be quite honest with you, he's going to be staying in robot mode. I'm not a huge, let's transform the heck out of Transformers anymore, but I do appreciate that his propeller actually works. That's fantastic. That's one of my favorite aspects of this figure. I like this in the back. Everything's really nicely detailed. I really like the blue cockpit up here. It's got great paint applications, really nice colors to him, straight out of G1, so I really like that. You can put the weapons on the side right here, the guns for weapon storage. Obviously, the blades turn into the helicopter blades. This is a really great transformer in robot mode. I had a really big problem with just the overall transformation effect. Yes, he's a triple changer. Yeah, he's going to take some getting used to, but again, won't be ever probably transforming him. This was a bit of a complicated one for me. And just to show you some scale, here he is next to Transformers Siege Megatron in Transformers Siege Red Wing, and he stacks up really, really nicely. Being more for a Voyager, he's a little bit shorter than Megatron, but he has a little bit more heft, a little bit more metal going on to him, and he is a heavier figure, which I appreciate. So that's going to do it for my fresh look at the brand new Hasbro Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Springer figure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Overall, I think he's a great Transformer just in robot mode. I am not a big fan of his triple changing from the truck to the more vehicle, helicopter mode. Yeah, they look good, but for me, for what I like to do and display Transformers, it was a giant pain. I don't know if it's me or the instructions. It's probably more me than just the instructions itself, but I guess with triple changers and such, there's going to be a couple things off. I like that he can hold both his weapons. I like that the guns combine. But as you can see, he stands really, really wonky. On the back, you can kind of slip his swords between his backpack, and they look good. Kind of glad he's got some sword storage, but again, he stands rather odd. You just kind of have to get his legs just in the right way, or else he's kind of got like a slanted look to him, especially when you kind of look at him from the side or just kind of start posing around. Overall, he's okay. He looks great in robot mode, just not a fan of his other modes, transformations, yada yada. Love the green, absolutely love the head portrait on him, but that's pretty much it. And I'm a big fan of the Springer character, but he's just okay. What do you guys think? Will you be picking up Springer? He will be hitting stores shortly. Keep an eye out soon for him. I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, I think it's Springer and RC are more of a couple than old Hot Rod would like to admit. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.